What's up, everybody? Welcome and thank you for joining us for this week's episode of GG's. I'm Cup of Noodle, and with me are my very situational friends, except for Pac Man. You're still my friend right now.
Wow.
And on
Here
that
we
note,
go.
I'm
You,
Pac-Man
you,
630. Hi, how y'all doing? Hope y'all are well.
I'm the situational friend, Pride, zero if you're nasty. What's up?
I am situational friend number two, Behydration. B, how you guys doing?
I hope everyone's doing well. We got a lot to talk about today. Today gonna be touchy, maybe even a little edgy.
Come on,
Maybe.
Edge.
You know,
Might
you
be.
know we live for it. You know you love a good edge.
I live for mess.
I love edges.
At the very least, if I said it, I meant it. But just
Remember
remember
me
me.
different. Remember me
Yeah,
real different.
at the very least.
I want you to remember me exactly as I am today because I meant it.
The way I'm putting that on his tombstone one day. Remember him
Exactly
exactly.
how he was.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I just want mine to be a shrug. That's all I want on my
Not a shrug. Wait, like the little emoticon shrug.
Yeah.
That's it. Please put that on my tombstone. We're
I
gonna say
love the emoticon shrug.
because that'll sum up how I live my life. All right.
I want mine to be just blank. So they like, who the fuck is that? Who is that? I don't
No,
know.
who is that? Who died?
Like, oh.
I always
Ain't-
thought about it because they usually play music. If you could pick one song to go out to at the very end when we lower you into the ground, what song would you go with?
Oh
Crazy
my
Town,
gosh.
Butterfly.
Panorama by
Easy.
Eyes One.
Okay.
Crazy Town, Butterfly. Easy. I want to hit the ground when it says
Wait.
Butterfly, sugar,
Wait.
baby. Oh, baby, I want to hit the ground.
That dirt early, like when
Like, is he buried yet?
can I go now? You don't even get the rose at the
I
end.
want one of those long life batteries and like one of those Boss mobile speakers, and I just want Butterfly to play from under as I'm getting buried, and then like when I'm fully buried, you could just hear it rising up out of the ground. That's what I want.
Wait, can I say mine? I want you wait. So you know how you lower the machine that lowers you into the ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be like, she take a panorama, and then on the beat, I don't want it to lower me. I just want it to drop me just into the ground. Like, boom. And then when I tell you I want a flash mob, just start there needs to be a flash mob dance in the back, and the girls start shoving just the dirt into the ground.
Not you having funeral goers just throw off their clothes and it's a flash mob.
I see the casket break, everybody screaming, trying to shove him back in. Like
You would
it's
never
so
know.
cool.
The dirt is going in immediately. That coffin is for the streets.
Just drop the dirt. Just drop it.
Just drop it.
Quick.
See, that reminds me of this meme. It was like, I want my funeral, so I want it to start, and I want everyone to walk in and be seated, and they're looking for my body, but they don't see it. And then the person says to start, and you hear "I Believe I Can Fly" play, and my body swings from the ceiling.
No.
I kind of love that.
I
When I tell
hate
you, I
that.
will promptly grab my belongings
And leave. I will be like,
I will
Payson, you call the
leave.
Uber because I have to go.
It's just my body
Time
swinging from
to
the ceiling
go.
fan. Just
Not you coming down the rafters like a wrestler.
I hope
I
it starts
already
spinning too
told y'all.
fast. I really hope it starts spinning like woo woo.
It's the
I already
way
told y'all.
will promptly
I hope I go before all of y'all because when I tell you I'm gonna cut the fuck up at each one of y'all
Ooh, I
funerals, I'm going to
hate
cut
that.
up. I'm going to be a mess.
Oh,
When I
no,
tell
God.
you,
like roll
I'ma
around on
sit-
my casket.
I'm gonna sit right in the family section and be hollering, just wailing the whole
like,
time.
who is
I'm
that?
gonna try and get in the casket. I'm gonna roll
My
around.
mama
on the
gonna
floor.
snatch you right on that. Like, get out that door.
It's gonna be a lot. It
Some
is
big
gonna.
ass up out this cat.
When I tell you, it's gonna be a whole take me alive. Ooh, it's gonna be all of that.
I hate
But
that.
in the continuation, does anyone have any interesting stories this week?
I can start off. I have a story.
Okay.
So this actually happened yesterday. I
Um,
was a lot happened yesterday, but one of the things that happened yesterday was I went to Walmart, right? And you know how they have like one-way streets, like, oh, you go this way to park, and then the other one is the other direction, right? So I was
Yeah.
driving to park, and this woman, she comes speeding the wrong direction down the aisle. I was like, wait, wait, wait. And then she looked at me like I was crazy, right? And I was like,
They always
okay, all right, you're doing a lot. And so then she proceeds to put it in reverse and just woo. I was like, what? When I tell you, she spun out and then turned into like the empty spaces with an attitude. I was like, okay, let me park, let me get it together. I'm gonna go into the store, right? So then I'm walking down the little aisle section, getting to like the crosswalk, right? Where, the front of the store, the crosswalk, then it's the parked cars. And this man in this van, this van, as I'm walking into the crosswalk, abruptly stops. Like when I tell you hits the brakes and was like, hey, how you doing? And I was like, oh. I was like, hi. And he was like, yeah, I drove all the way to Arizona from New York, and here, take this. I'm gonna sell you this ring for some gas money. I need some gas money. I was like, oh, I was like, not me. I was like, I don't even want the ring. It's maybe not even my size. It was a little too thick for me. I wouldn't have looked good in it. So I was like, you know what? I don't want the ring. You can keep it, but here's a couple of dollars, because I don't usually carry that much cash on me, because of robberies, but
Right.
but I had couple of dollars on me, so I was like, oh, here, take this. When I tell you, he took the money, proceeded to scowl at me like I was like, oh, like you didn't ask me for money. He was like, oh, this is it. This all you got? I was like,
broke.
I said, imagine me not taking your ring. A, so you got whatever bargaining chip you got for the next person you pull up on, and then B, I give you money for free, and you're like, oh, this is it. Like, girl, you and your gas can choke. Absolutely. I hope you sputter on the way out.
Did he take the money before he said this is it, or did he just say this
No,
is it?
it wasn't. It wasn't even. He didn't say it, but when you look at like he counted, he was just like, like that.
Not counted in my face.
Yeah, he was like,
whatever you get, you should just be happy.
You got it. Yes. And I was like, and then I just kind of walked around the back of the car. I was like, oh, you got that anyway.
When I tell you, I will pay a little bit more to go to Target just because getting into Walmart is. It's a lot. It's crazy you say that. I had someone run up on me going into Walmart. He was hanging gold chains out the window, like no, Walmart is a battleground.
Adventure. You never know what you're gonna see.
The only thing about Target is that sometimes they never have exactly what you need, but everything else.
That is true.
It's true. I've been very disappointed at times.
Like I just came for milk, but I got a cart. Like, oh.
But I got a cart.
No, Walmart is a lot. You survive though. You can't go at night. It's all dark. Our Walmart's kind of like a swap meet. So you got people selling chains. You got people selling like tamales, bootleg DVDs. In 2021, people still selling bootleg DVDs.
See, now I'm mad that we didn't go to Walmart. I wanted to see that because my Walmart be in the suburbs. They be chilling. It be just like Target. It be nobody out there. Like I don't get it. Like what y'all be going through?
My Walmarts are the suburbs. The swap meet. It doesn't happen at Target. It's only a Walmart thing. Yeah, I've never seen this at Walmart. Kmart didn't hit like that either. It really is just a Walmart thing. You got the Girl Scout cookies chilling to the right.
Yeah.
No, of course.
Got a robbery to the left.
Yeah. You got the homeless people in the center of the aisle. Walmart is an adventure. It always is.
You really got to prepare. You never know what you're gonna get at Walmart. Like, wait, okay, and that's just trying to get in. Because once you get in, you liable to see something questionable going on then too. Mm-hmm. Freaking Walmart.
Kason, do you have a story this week?
No, I'm on the great hunt for a Cold Stone ice cream sandwich because apparently they supposed to be bomb. But outside of that,
I wouldn't give it all that. Cold Stone is like they good, but it's ice cream.
Is it one of those custom ice cream sandwiches, or is it one of those the stock ones?
I've never had an ice cream sandwich. I've been getting
never had an ice cream sandwich.
No, from Cold Stone.
I was about to say, all right.
I've never liked.
Wait a minute. Take a turn.
It was about to be a different conversation.
I'm the person that I find something I like and I just order the same things on repeat.
I
don't care to be different. So I've never had one from there. I started off Chocolate Devotion. After that, I upgraded to the Pie Who Loved Me, which B would actually like now because it's cream cheese ice cream. No, not cream cheese. Cake ice cream. So
when I go to Cold Stone, I get the mango and pineapple smoothie every time.
I've never gotten a smoothie from them.
Their smoothies are very good.
It's either cake batter or mint chip for me.
Mint chip.
I
What in
love
the
mint chip.
Let's
That's
go
my
brush your
geriatric?
favorite.
teeth if you want some mint.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, Yenna. Shut up.
Let's go brush your teeth if you want
First
some
of
mint.
all, mint chocolate chip is it's amazing, and it's my favorite ice cream flavor. The
Oh.
As long as it's not green.
Your
For some reason,
favorite?
green mint chip, yeah, green mint chip hits different
Oh,
than the
right.
white
It's
mint
a
chip.
senior citizen.
He
Okay.
is. He's
Wow,
old.
imagine.
What? Miss Tapioca. Wait.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
Don't do
here we
that.
go.
wow.
Here we
Yo,
go.
Hate that.
tapioca pudding is hot, but
Imagine
it's
like some
also
curdled
No, it's
pudding.
not.
Imagine
all
like
right.
some
I
curdled
enjoy
pudding.
it, but I understand it's unpopular opinion, and is by no means my favorite. Is what I'm saying.
Is that
Mint
your favorite
is
flavor of
favorite.
pudding?
No,
So
I
what
like. I'm chocolate.
But no.
I like.
Banana?
I'm only banana if it's real, like not the artificial flavor, like
I like
the
banana if you putting like them cookies and stuff on
yes,
it.
like
What?
the
Yeah,
wafers and
yeah,
Oh,
the
that's
yes,
banana.
banana
Oh,
pudding.
that kind of
yes,
banana.
like I'm not talking about the flavored of the pudding. No, that's
Yeah.
ooh,
You meant
gross.
the
Yeah.
dish, the banana
Yes,
pudding.
yes, the
Yeah.
dish.
Got
Yes.
That's acceptable. But again, there's no way mint can be your favorite ice cream. You can like
mint
it.
chocolate chip is my favorite
Then
flavor.
and what I said, man, senior
That's
citizen,
so
Yeah,
off.
that is true.
Wow, that's crazy.
that really is a choice.
Anywho, my story of the week.
Um,
What was it? Oh, I went to the bank, right? And first of all, I hate going to the bank, but I needed to transfer money from one account to another account, and I couldn't do that
come
online
on,
for some reason.
offshores.
But anyway, so I go to the bank, and first thing happens, I get in line, right? And there's two people in front of me. So one person gets service pretty fast, and then as soon as the second lady comes up, boom, the doors burst open, and this lady comes in the bank screaming and yelling. When I
Oh.
tell you, she is going off. She's like, "Y'all MF stole my money." Ah, da, 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 da. And I'm like, "Oh, here we go." I knew I shouldn't have came outside because it's always me. But anyway, so after she calms down and the bank is like, "Ma'am, what are you talking about? Let's pull up your account." And then so they pull up her account and they say, "Okay, on Tuesday you withdrew $100 from the ATM. That same Tuesday you withdrew another $100. Then you withdrew another $100 2 hours later." It's like, "Yeah, I went to the casino." I said, "Well, man." Then they're like, "Well, ma'am, you've done all these transactions at the casino in the span of a day." "Yeah, but I extracted them from an ATM." And I was like, "Oh." And then she's
What?
like, "Okay, ma'am." She's like, "Yeah, I took it from an ATM. So where's my money? Where's my money?" And I'm like, "Oh, not this grown ass, big ass woman at her age not knowing how ATMs work." And she's like, "Yeah, that money's supposed to come from the ATM, not my account." And then they're like, "Ma'am,
What?
have you
Oh,
never
he a
used an
dummy.
ATM?"
What?
Yeah, they were like, "Ma'am, have you never used an ATM before?" "Yeah, I use them all the time. That's not how they work." And I was like, "Oh, she's doing this." Not her telling these people at the bank how ATMs work. Not her fighting common knowledge. I was like,
What
"This
did she
is a
think
lot."
was gonna
She
I
said
happen?
don't
general
know. So
reservoir.
apparently she thought ATM money was separate from her bank account money.
So
Don't
it's just them giving you just random
Yeah.
money?
She really thought money was free.
She thought free money.
She thought money
So
was
when she
free.
saw the ATM, it's like, oh, let me just re-up real
Yeah,
quick, but it
but
don't come
yeah.
from nowhere.
Basically, that
But
was
she put her
thought
card
process.
in though, and she was like, "Oh, this is just
Yeah.
identification purposes."
Yeah, the card was just so she could have access to that free money. It wasn't coming
Ah.
from anywhere. You get it? So
Come on,
so these were
unlimited
all
credit,
questions that,
sis.
these were all questions that the bank asked. There was like, "Bam, so you didn't think when you used your card and it showed your bank account and the money came out, you didn't think that that money was coming from your account?" "Oh, the card is just so I can have access to the ATM, not take money from my bank account." So anyway, all of that happened. They eventually told her to get out because she was being dumb. And then the guy in front of me decides to start hitting on the bank teller, right?
Now.
Oh.
I'm behind her minding my business, and all of a sudden, this guy, when I tell you, he's giving her all the just sweet talking, giving her all the sweet nothings. "Hey, baby, when you gonna let me take you out? You're her." And then she's like, he was doing all this, and she's like, "Yeah, I work here. I work full time. Da, da, da. Oh, you should let me take you away from all of this. Da, da, da. All this good stuff. Oh, if you give me, you don't have to worry about all of that." And then so she eventually pulls up his account, and he withdraws like I think he withdraws like $40 from his account or something weird like that. And she says, "Okay, here's your $40. And by the way, what were you gonna take me away with? The $2.47 you got left
Wait.
in your account?" And when I
Wait.
tell you, I
Wait.
hollered. I was
Wait.
behind him
Not her
and
telling his business like that.
it was so funny. It was the funniest.
But
I
does he?
report.
Isn't that what he? Isn't that what he
I
kind of gets
screamed.
though, or
She
no?
said, She said, "So you gonna take me away with this
See, but
$2.47?"
you got to think if he's a drug dealer, why would his money be in the bank?
Who knows?
Why are we
He
assuming
wasn't a
that?
drug
That
dealer. He wasn't a drug dealer. B.
You know his business.
So you think he was a drug dealer? Why would he have
He
a
could
bank
have
account
been.
in the first place at
'Cause
all?
you got to keep something on the table, Pride. Uncle Sam
Now-
can't have you out here thinking you're not making no money, but got stuff. That's not how that works.
maybe he has money on offshore accounts. Maybe
I
he
don't
has
know, but it was
Alley
funny.
Bank.
The way
them
he gathered his
dividends.
the way he gathered his things and walked out really quick. So that leads me to believe he didn't have no extra dividends.
Hey,
He's like, you
that
making it
bread.
hot. You making it hot. Shut up.
That was my story. That's what happened, to me this week.
That poor man. I really hope he
He
finds his.
deserved it. He
pride.
should have left it alone.
That man shot his shot.
No,
And-
but
and got
you
shot
about
right
having money
now.
when you
And
don't
got
have
shot.
none-
You
if
know,
you don't have none to show. Like
the
if
shot got blocked, but maybe he's a
you
nice
get-
person and
maybe he
has
is
a
and
great
maybe he is getting
personality.
paid. Maybe he is getting paid by the streets. But
Cooks
what I'm saying is,
a mean cup of noodle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
now
wow.
he be putting little boiled eggs in there. and
You
everything.
know, he doctor it up. We know.
All I'm saying is, don't perpetrate like you got money if you ain't got the money to show for it. That's all I'm saying.
I
Because
have
she
a good
was really
heart,
like,
but I'm poor.
that he could have led with that. Like, I'm poor, but I will give you the world. I will massage
No,
your
I got
feet
potential,
when
baby.
you come home from work. Something he could have. There's other
What in the
avenues.
Aladdin hell? I don't need you to give me
I
the world
can
on
show
Kuda.
you the world.
Couldn't be me.
What
I
about
feel
you?
for that.
You got a story?
But any dollars, buckets, and banks be.
Ah, yes, me. I would say my week's been pretty mild. My really triumph, my struggle this week has been reeling from a possible diagnosis of acid reflux. And to me,
Welcome to getting old, sis. Oh,
I was
sorry.
told to die. They told me I couldn't have joy.
hit him with the list. Hit him with the list.
What I would say,
Oh,
what can't you eat?
Hit him with the
Oh,
list.
sis.
It would have been easier for them to tell her what she can eat. That's what
What is that
Wait.
long scroll?
Wait.
Wait.
So, in the grains category, they said pastries or quick breads with added fat. No French toast, specifically. No deep fried vegetables, French fries, tomatoes, tomato products, chili peppers, onions, garlic, and horseradish. In the fruits, any fruits prepared with added fat. I don't know what fruits has this added
What
fat.
I guess
Added
it's like
fat.
peaches and like
those cup
yeah,
fruits.
cans, yeah, in the
those
cups.
cup
Oh, no citrus fruits, oranges, grapefruit, pineapple, lemons. No high fat meats such as fatty beef, pork, hot dogs, ribs, ham, sausage, salami, bacon, fried meat or protein, including fried fish and fried chicken. And that's where I lost it. Hello?
Oh,
I
Poe
would've
B
told
gonna
them
be
to take me.
photosynthesizing.
That
Just
is
hydrogen.
Water
I'm
and
not even
air.
done. Okay,
it's
so
rice.
There's more?
there's
rice
more. So you got
Let's
nuts
go.
and nut butters. I don't even need peanut butter no more, so that's fine. Whole milk and chocolate milk,
Yes.
sour cream,
Yes.
ice
No
cream,
sour
Yes.
cream? Oh, Lord, take the wheel.
and milkshakes. Beverages, coffee and tea with or without caffeine, carbonated beverages, sodas, energy drinks, fruit juice made with acidic fruits, tomato juice, alcoholic drinks.
Oh, just kill me. Just
And then-
take me out. Take me in the back.
Not even. Hold
I
on.
would've said I
You
can
got
go.
butter,
know.
margarine, shortening, ghee,
Butter. Oh, no, I'm
Chocolate
good.
and cacao, donuts. And then for seasoning, they said I cannot have pepper. They said, Back that shit
Oh,
up.
let me tell you, Pride, the day they tell me this, take me out back. I'm
That's-
ready to tend
me
the
too.
rabbits,
Take me
George.
out.
I'm ready to
They
tend the
said
rabbits. I'm good.
Peppermint and spearmint, any condiments, herbs,
Oh, mint.
seasonings that
No
cause
mint ice
symptoms.
cream for
You
Pride.
can't
Oh,
even
we-
brush your teeth. I would have hung it right on up.
Like, let me just
Oh,
die.
so in
would've
asking,
hung it
what
up.
have you eaten since? Because what can you eat?
Well, say I haven't eaten today for the most part. So
Hold on. Then
that Indian,
somebody just eat some tiki masala.
You just had you definitely did.
I
You
did.
can't have
I
that.
did. It did have a little bit of tomato. There was a little tomato base.
A little bit.
It was a tomato based sauce,
Okay, just
So,
check.
so you already getting it wrong.
but it's in moderation.
Your ass is gonna be refluxing. You tell yourself what
She
you
gonna
got
be
to do.
burping
You gonna
and
be
being
dry
gassy
heaving
all
it,
night.
yeah.
all night.
But I've been only drinking water all day.
Ooh, you're gonna have to
Ooh.
go on that rice soup diet. I hate that. for
Come
you.
on, rice soup. I can't wait.
I told you I'm gonna get into rice cakes. I'm really gonna be just chomping all the time on rice cakes. They're like,
Don't
what
want
is
to.
that?
I like chocolate rice cakes. Don't do this.
Rice
I
cakes are
But you
disgusting.
can't have chocolate though. You can't.
Oh,
Base
you're right.
game rice cakes.
Okay, let me say this properly. Only chocolate rice cakes are efficient for me. You're gonna be eating the stale because you can't get butter flavor.
I can't get the salt flavor.
I'm gonna get the
You gonna be
cinnamon
eating
flavor.
cement. Oh, be eating you eating
Just
cylinder
styrofoam.
blocks.
Just
Oh, dear.
styrofoam.
Oh,
Go ahead
Poe
and chew
B.
on that styrofoam, sis.
So yes, when I pass away next week, no one say nothing about me.
I'm
Because
gonna
that's
keep
why
on
I
moving.
left.
I'm
Well, it's
keep
cool.
on
We're gonna be
moving.
at your funeral where you're gonna be coming through the
It's
rafters
no,
saying,
it's
I
not.
knew I
That's
can
spinning.
fly.
I'm gonna
It's
be
gonna be
cutting up
ready.
on the floor. I'm gonna be ready. Just
We-
rolling
We
around.
already planned this
I'm
out.
gonna be matching her twirls just as fast she twirl. I'm gonna be in the back just spinning.
No,
B, I'm gonna
it's
come.
just
I'm ready. I'm gonna come in with a boombox bumping flawless. That you wake up. Well, not you,
Flawless.
now.
flawless. You know,
You're
not
dead
you.
now.
Yeah, well, not you.
Flawless.
Wake up, but not you.
But
But not you, flawless.
You're dead
I-
now.
I'm-
Flawless.
Just make
In your
sure that
casket.
someone
Flawless.
at the
Flaw-
funeral just be like, I blame the reflux. Like, I need someone to say that in one
As
time.
I'm on the floor falling out. Lord, the reflux didn't take a
So
long.
look, we gonna have to band together to drag Pride out.
By
'cause
his
this is gonna be a
ankles.
lot. We gonna be telling people I am so
I'm
sorry.
gonna be like, shut up, damn, ow.
Let me go.
My mom's gonna want to fight all of y'all. Ooh, it's gonna be a mess.
Kicking in that dirt flawless. Busting
You
on
just
it,
know he gonna
flawless.
wear the shirt with the chains on it when he
You
goes.
already
He
know.
really is.
You just know he will. Okay.
Right, I swear to God.
I just need you to get on the pulpit, okay? And I need you
Okay.
to do that line. So how do you feel now that you
Now that you killed
You
me.
killed me.
We could be a family now.
Oh.
Me and your precious daughter.
I want that so bad. But
I think that concludes
so what
stories
do-
of the week. Yeah.
very much. So what do we have to talk about this week? Since the title of this episode is Eat Your Damn Food.
You know, the title is Eat Your Food, and that's coming later. But I have a question to pose for everyone, right?
Mm.
So I've recently been watching this show on Netflix called The One. And the way it works is this lady has invented these two scientists, these two geneticists have invented this company called it's like a dating service where you submit your DNA and it 100% of certainty without fail will genetically match you with the person you're destined to fall in love with, right? So it's
Okay.
literally finding your one. So it raises some interesting questions for me, like how would you feel like if there was such a thing, like you were guaranteed to find the person that you're chemically going to fall in love with, right? Would you do it?
No.
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 Really?
Because I think that goes to the whole nature versus nurture. So you're talking about my nature, but what about my nurture in relation to that?
But
Because
that's
you
the
don't know
thing.
what I've been through.
But that's the thing. It's not. It has nothing to do with that. It's
That's
literally-
exactly. It's
But
your
that's what makes us
DNA
who we
wise.
Yeah,
are,
that's what
though.
makes it, yeah.
Exactly.
That's what makes us who we are. Our experiences in life. We all start off clean. I guess the best
Yeah.
way to put it, untouched, you know,
Mhm.
full of wonder. And the people we become are based on our interactions in our
environments,
day-to-day
correct.
life, whether
Yeah.
it be our environment, our parents, our schooling. You know, you start off real happy and full of wonder, and then life punches you in the face, and now you
Yep.
cynical and angry. I
Mhm.
don't think that's a DNA thing.
It is.
It's
It's
not.
nurture.
But
They're gonna be like,
but
y'all
here's
have the
the thing.
same three atoms. It'd be like, but I do crack.
But
Oh,
it's not,
Right?
No, it's not. It's not that though. Like it's not like this person. Like you're getting a full docket about this person, who this person is, what they do. Like you choose whether or not you want to meet them, right? It's not like an automatic.
But
type
we're
thing.
basing
It's gonna
this
be a no.
purely on their DNA,
Yeah, it's
right?
You're
still a
basing it.
no.
No, because you also find out about them as a person. So like, yes, this is your match, but also this is this person. This is this person's life. They've been to jail. They've done this. They've done that.
yeah, but they match you based on the
They're-
DNA,
Yeah,
not
no,
on the
I
lifestyle.
the DNA
I
is irrelevant.
understand, but you're also getting their life stuff. And
So
that's
what about it? I would say no.
But
I still would say
even-
no.
I
But
don't.
my thing is, if you're also getting the life stuff, then why do I need
Why
the
do
DNA?
yes?
because you're genetically compatible. Because like think about it this way.
You
Say
tell
you
me
find some
genetically
person.
compatible. I
No,
hear I'm
no,
gonna date someone that looks like me, and
no.
that just gets
Not
weird.
dating
Like
you.
think
Is
about
that
it.
your
I
brother?
think you guys.
That
Wait,
is
No.
wait, wait,
best.
wait,
Is
wait. You
that
guys.
your brother?
No,
That's the
say it.
worst
Think
thing
about it
someone
this
can hear in
way.
a
Say
relationship.
you find someone and you guys have been together for X amount of years. It's a great relationship, but you've always felt like something is missing. This
The
person gives you
genetics,
that same
exactly.
thing, but it's not missing. You get what I'm saying? So
What?
it's automatically magnified.
But they could
It says,
also just be an asshole. Like I don't.
and that might be
Does
true
that mean
too.
the thing that
But
some relationships lack are DNA based?
basically, I look at it like this: like there's only so much science can explain, right? Like we haven't been able to scientifically explain love up until a point. Like we can, like we can scientifically explain attraction, like it's the release of endorphins, dopamines, all that good stuff.
But we
But
can't
we can't,
help who we
we can't
attracted to.
exactly because it just happens. This is like if love was completely broken down into a science, and you could find the person that was perfect for you. That's what I'm saying. That's what
But
I'm
what if
looking
they're
at.
ugly?
My
That wouldn't matter if they're your one.
But it does
They
matter.
would be
Like it
attracted.
does.
You're not listen to me, B. If they were your one, you would be attracted to them, regardless. It's not about what they look like. You would be attracted to them.
here's my
But
take,
just
right?
because I'm
They
attracted
would.
to someone doesn't mean I want to date them.
Yeah, here's my
Oh
take.
my God, B.
Pride, you asked a
okay.
okay. Let's. I have.
Okay.
I'm gonna say you asked a very wide, ethereal, scientific,
It is.
broad
It's a. It's a.
question, and now
It's a.
you're looking
It's a
for a
hypothetical
specific
question.
answer, and I'm like,
No, I'm looking. I'm just looking. I just want to know why. That's all.
okay. Here's my reason why, right? Okay.
Uh,
So first of all, this is the first note. If I want to get into the science of things, I could really just clock into my class. I can get on Zoom, do my homework, look at a gene sequence. I could do all of that. For me, love is authentic. Love means something when you almost get arrested together because y'all are, doing things in the
Wait.
middle of the night, or y'all are going to
Philip,
stores and you're doing this.
Oh,
Like it's all
Philip's
the
love is
Philip,
based
connection.
on Tom
Philip
Phillips.
is doing a lot of. Philip is
If
doing
I'm
a lot.
willing to jump
This
out the
is
window and do some
that.
goofy
But I
shit,
That's
tell you,
not.
Bonnie,
That's not
I'm
what I'm
willing to do that
talking
with
about.
y'all, and I
That's what
don't
I'm
even like
saying.
you.
That's
Wait a
not what.
minute.
That's what I'm
What?
talking about.
Wait.
What?
Huh?
Why are we
What?
getting arrested?
Y'all ain't
What
know this
happened?
ain't like us. This ain't news.
No, wait. Okay.
I'm saying
Only thing
what.
I'm gonna say is
Mhm.
when it comes to that, I don't know if DNA is involved. When you tell me DNA, I'm thinking what makes you you in the physical sense. So when
Uh-huh.
you tell me that you all I'm
Genotypes.
envisioning is someone that just kind of looks like me,
Yeah,
honestly
I
speaking.
get. No, I
The
get.
hell am I dating
But
myself
it's
for?
not.
What?
It's not like. It's not like DNA in that context. Not you guys share similar DNA, so you're compatible. You're compatible on this scientific unexplained thing that I can't explain because I'm not a
So it's not
scientist,
your
and neither
actual
can the.
DNA.
No, it's not
Just
your actual. Like they're
it's just
matching.
on paper.
They're taking your
Y'all are
DNA.
compatible.
Yes, like it's a scientifically proven method. It's 100% accurate. It's not necessarily saying you guys share the same DNA, so you're going to be together. That's not it. That's just me trying to explain it.
Well, I mean, I know we have apps. I don't know much. Y'all know
Mhm.
I don't know about the
All
tendies
I'm
and the
saying is
grinds.
I would
But
do
you have
it.
like your love finders and all. But there's a reason why even with all of those apps, people aren't guaranteed love, even if y'all both swipe a very specific way, because there's
It's
more
That's
to it
algorithm, yes.
than that.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think love can be found via algorithm. Now, it doesn't mean that it hasn't been, because I'm pretty sure someone right now is like, shut up, Kason. I found my person via algorithm, and I'm no hater. I'm just saying that's a lot. That's putting your apples in one basket, and you'll rationalize that relationship with, but nah, we're
But
supposed to
we're
be
yeah,
good.
we're supposed to be together. Yeah, I get that. No, I completely hear that 100%. I just thought it was an interesting question because the show is very interesting. It's took a lot of interesting turns. Like for example, divorce is skyrocketed now because everybody's finding their one who they're truly supposed to be with. So the people they were with before are kind of left out, and it's this whole I'm not going to get matched because I don't want to ruin what we have, or I am going to get matched because I need to know. It's this whole philosophical question. So I thought it was an interesting question to ask.
That
And then
is.
there's also like the whole like there's a story in the show where like this couple is together, right? And the whole match thing comes out, and this girl, she's always asking her husband, oh, would you go get matched if we weren't together? And he's like, no, I don't really care. So she took his hair and went and got him matched, and then went to go meet the person that he was supposed to be
Oh,
matched
that's a
with.
lot.
That's a
It is like
lot.
when I tell you it
Sounds
was
like she's
Cheating
not eating her
game.
damn
it was
food. She's
Tom
That's
not eating her
exactly
Cruise.
damn
that's
She
right.
food.
wasn't eating her
That's like
food.
going through
So
somebody's phone.
so now she's lying to her husband about meeting this girl and where she met this girl, and the husband husband doesn't know that that's the one he's supposed to be with. So by chance, she has a surprise birthday party, and the husband invited the girl. So now the husband then met the girl that he's supposed to be with, and they're looking at each other and they're smiling and kikiing, and he's like, "Damn, haven't I feel like I've known you for somewhere." And she's like, "I know, I feel the same way." So then she comes in the room and sees those two talking, and she has a mental fucking breakdown, and it's the funniest thing ever.
Why
When
would
I
she
tell
set
you,
herself
because
up to
She
that level
did.
of failure?
she played when you do clownery, and when I tell you she did clownery, it didn't make no sense. Like they were when I tell you their relationship was perfect, not perfect, but their relationship was fine.
I think
Like there was
sometimes when
no,
life is a little too chill, you just throw some crap in
At the
there in the
wall.
and,
air
Hmm.
because
and
you be,
that's all it was. That's all it was, because I saw that tomfoolery and I said, "Oh, this she did this."
there's
Now she
levels to dating in
yeah,
general because
yeah,
it's more than just girlfriend, fiance, wife. It's more than that. It's little things like you think you like someone and then you move in with them, and that's when you really get to see them. And it's like people are not the same people you think you first meet,
Meet them,
and
yes.
very much.
you can definitely meet someone and be like, dude, they cool. But then the more you get closer to them, and I kind of feel that way in general with people, which is why I don't have a lot of friends, is you start seeing things you can't unsee. You ever see somebody that you really thought was cool and then they do something questionable?
Yeah,
And you kind of like, oh, well, there's no coming back from that.
yeah.
You did that. And now you kind of start seeing them differently. And before you know, you're kind of like,
You're noticing
this
things you
ain't it.
didn't notice before. Yeah.
Yep. I don't know. I don't know if DNA can suffice. I don't know if that's enough.
Well, yeah, that was all I have.
I be
Well,
bees up.
okay. In the theme of not eating your damn food, I would like to say that Little Mama's plate this week really went cold.
Mm.
Oh,
It ran very cold
Ah,
because
she did.
her
she
plate is
decided
unbelievably full.
Mhm.
it is. She decided to come out her neck about the transgender community and basically say that it's not something that should be put upon kids because oh, it was a real idiotic quote that you said with it too. It basically went to the tune of, "Oh, I feel like if my little cousin or something said they wanted to be a boy when they were a girl, I would tell them they didn't have to be because." All these boy attributes, but you can still be a girl. And she just said, basically, I feel like that LGBTQ community. Wow, words
Come
are
on,
running me
Q.
ragged.
Did
It's the Q that's running me ragged. Shouldn't be influencing kids for the most part, and that she doesn't believe that kids who want to be different genders at that age are genuine. That they believe it's from the parents
and
and the media.
all that stems from the ignorance that saying that the media or someone else's influence can determine your sexuality or your gender. That's not how
Very
any
much.
of that works. And it's getting to the point where it's 2021. Let people be who they are meant to be or who they want to be. What is it killing you that someone else doesn't identify with the gender they were born? I don't understand.
Well,
I
very
don't
much.
I never got that.
I
Because people don't care.
When it comes to this situation, it's one of those situations where I think everyone's story is different. Um, this really has to do with individuals and their families, their upbringing, their
Hmm.
environment, and honestly, everyone's going to have their opinion in a situation like this. Since everyone is so different, I don't think anyone has the right to say right or wrong.
Wrong.
I
Right.
think even if you don't agree, this is a lifestyle choice. Like eat your damn food.
Hmm.
If this is how they choose to raise their child, whether it be for better or for worse, this is a family matter. This has nothing to do with you. I
Exactly.
feel like everyone's going to have their beliefs. I'll have mine and you can have yours. I don't think there's a scenario in this case where it's like you're just wrong
Hmm.
because the way you feel is going to be based on how you
You
view
perceive, yes.
this, yeah, how you perceive things. For you it may sound way out, but this doesn't involve you, so I wouldn't expect you to
To
understand. Do
But
you
let's
know?
not act like Lil Mama definitely has some history not eating her damn food, especially on this
Very
subject
much.
on AB or what is America's Best Dance Crew. I remember
Oh, she
yes
yeah, she was
Yeah.
tweeting real
Naomi,
transphobic stuff
yes,
way back when.
way back then. I remember I was young.
Yeah.
She told Naomi that, oh well, if you're gonna be a woman, or you have to act like a woman because she was having a bad day or not having something was going on in the episode and something like the
Mhm.
routine wasn't right, but she was having whatever was going on with her was going on. She was like, little mom didn't eat her food again. Was like, well, if you're gonna come off as a woman, you need to act like a woman. Like, oh, this little mom, you could have ate your
I
food then
am
too.
I have to this day not understood what that means. I'm gonna say it. I've heard it
Yeah.
a lot in my day.
What is acting like a
I've
woman? Yeah.
I've heard it like growing up. I'm still not the most girly. That's fine.
Same.
I have my moments.
Same.
I've never been girly. I think it's because I'm the youngest. I have an older brother, so I kind of sat up under him. He was the coolest person I knew. Damn it, he played the video games. I'm gonna play them too. I'm gonna play sports. I hung out with him and his friends. I was a tag along, and I used to always hear, "You need to be girly." But no matter how I behave or what I do, that doesn't change the fact that I'm a woman. And for me personally, I've never felt like I was anything less. But that
Mhm.
doesn't mean that other people don't feel comfortable in their own skin.
Hmm.
So I don't think we have the right to tell people which end is up. You can equate that to people saying you don't act black enough. I
Yeah.
don't know what
Exactly.
that I
Very
don't know
much.
what that means.
Yeah.
There's nothing that I can do that won't change who I am. It's just who I am. I can
Correct.
like what I like, live how I live, and
And
as
still
it
be a
stands, I'm a
woman.
woman. That
Correct.
I can burp till I fucking die. You can't tell me because I'm doing this, I'm not ladylike. I could also proceed to whoop your ass and I'd still not ladylike. You know what I'm saying? I don't under There's certain things I'll never understand it. It doesn't change who you are. And those are weird points to prove because you can, I guess, do all the quote unquote womanly things. That doesn't make you any more or less of a woman than anyone else. And I think when people fix their face to say things like that, that's something deep rooted with you.
Yeah, it's
Not
That's
with
an
normal.
anybody
insecurity
else.
Very much.
on what they it has nothing to do with anyone. Who's little mama really upset with?
Correct.
Because
Because
Bow
what did
Wow.
she gain from?
Bad girl.
Because what
You
did she gain
stupid.
from any of these statements?
Also, didn't little mama say she was like 20 for 40 years? Like that
she
was a
did.
Wow.
She did.
that was a lot. She said she was like 20
Woman up,
for 40.
grow up, just say your age. You know what I'm saying? Like you can say that about a lot of things. It's foolish. I don't, it's something to do with her. I know social media wise, they have not been kind to Lil Mama.
Hmm.
Some of it she set herself up for trying to get on that stage with Jay-Z was one of them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
she
but
really
I
did
will
that.
say, like watching Charlemagne treat her the way he did, that was a lot. And even at first, it was like, "Oh, this is kind of funny," and then after, I was like, "Dude, I am thoroughly uncomfortable."
Mm.
This poor woman, it was mean, and so I don't know. Maybe she lashing out. I don't know. I really think it's something within her. I don't get how this affects her. It has nothing to do with her. And now she start trying to push a hetero rights
Yes, I was just
Yeah,
gonna
because
ask
she
you.
said
movement.
Yeah.
she
Because
said hetero people were getting bullied or something.
Yes, from this because she said that's stupidity. But I'm so tired of us hetero people, select ones, acting like we're always under attack from the gays and we're not okay. Like, hello, heteronormative society is all over the place and it always has been. We're fine. We're good as a unit. It's the opposite way around that's been attacked since forever. But it's fine.
This really just comes back to people living their lives the way they choose to live their lives
And
without other people interfering and getting involved with shit that don't got nothing to do with you.
At all.
What you
yeah,
do and who you date and how you live has absolutely nothing to do with anyone else. And it really is just you. I think it's a level of superiority. I think it's easier to look down on certain things and
yeah.
say, well, I don't do that. So now you can feel better about yourself on some weird ass spectrum. And that's when you look at other people a little closer, like something wrong with you. It
Mm.
really is just you insecure and you got to feel better about yourself by any means. So you give out this goofy ass advice that nobody even asked for, by the way. No
yeah,
one
nobody
asked. I
No
asked.
don't
one
recall
asked.
anyone saying,
Nobody
what
asked.
is Lil
Little
Mama
mama thinking
stand?
right now.
Nobody
Yes.
really said I am a straight and I need to be protected because I feel threatened by these gays. These gays are coming for me.
9 times out of 10, most of these things that come up, I sit back and I just ask myself, how?
Mm.
Because I mean, this was a choice. You woke up today and chose stupidity. You really could have just, even if that's how you feel, that's cute. I guess we keeping it real. This still had nothing to do with you. So you
Mhm.
can't, you know, out of the blue give your goofy ass opinion to something that you really know nothing about because this isn't a part of your life nor your lifestyle. You decide to give this advice and then people give you their thoughts based on what you put out and now you
You're
getting
getting
bullied.
attacked.
It
Yes.
doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. No one asked you for this. And when you do these things on social platforms, I don't think people get it. People say things on social platforms and then say, but I wasn't talking to you. You were talking to
Yeah,
everybody
you were
because
talking to the ether. You were
yeah, you were talking to the void, sis.
yeah.
Anyone can reply to what you're saying. You're allowed to have an opinion, but so am I.
I feel like that's
and
just a lot of what everyone, because anytime anything like that is like, oh, you guys are haters. Like, people disagreeing with you are not haters.
Haters.
They just don't
well,
agree with your opinion.
back in the day they were haters, but now we've evolved now. So now it turns into bullying.
Oh, and
Mm.
It's
cancel culture, it becomes
there we
Yeah,
go. These are
bullying.
yeah.
terms that honestly speaking are new as hell. We can act like this has been around. We weren't yelling this back in 2018. It was just like, oh, you don't like me, you hating. And
Yeah.
the person that yelled at the most was usually a piece of shit. Like, no, we're
Yeah.
not. You just suck. But
Yeah.
that's fine. Because people know when you're hating. We know versus,
Just
nah, you're just
accountability.
not.
I hate how it's pinned.
Yeah.
Like accountability is now pinned on. Well, we need to get rid of cancel culture, or you can just hold yourself accountable for your actions, and then maybe
Yes.
we wouldn't be in these situations.
Very much.
Because cancel culture is pretty much multiple people coming for you for something you did. But it's
Yeah.
like if you did it, do better, acknowledge it. At the end of the day, I'm convinced that some of these situations where people yell cancel culture, you wrong. Just keep it real. I was on that bullshit. I don't expect y'all to forgive me. Just do it moving. Sometimes
Yeah.
you wrong, damn it. And when you wrong, be wrong. Or just say nothing and hope that it's over in a week.
Yeah,
But you
breeze is
going out
over.
kicking, just you going out kicking and screaming like somebody bullied you because cancel
No.
culture. No, you got it unbelievably wrong. And people are letting you know you got it unbelievably wrong. And that's what it is. Because my thing is this: when it's good stuff, no one's yelling anything. Then if a barrage of people give you your roses and tell you you're amazing, that's real. But when someone says, no, you were wrong, and there's a barrage of that, now it's just cancel culture and they hating and
Right.
they bullying you. How is it acceptable when it's what you want to hear? But when you don't want to hear that,
It's
now
not
you a
acceptable.
victim.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense.
Mm.
I need
Foolishness.
accountability. It really is. You foolish fool.
And Lil
I,
Mama was
I,
held accountable, and now that's why we have this alleged rights movement that's occurring.
But it's not a movement for people in general. She got her feelings hurt, so now she's trying to get people on board with her, whatever this is.
Yeah.
That's all I'm taking it as.
Yeah.
If she wasn't treated that way, she wouldn't be doing this movement. She didn't come up with her movement before this happened. Be held accountable, hold that. If you want to die on your heel, die, but don't equate it to anybody's cancel culture or some weird civil movement that isn't even real. We have enough going on in the world without you doing this. Um, I will say thank you for bringing this up, B, because my topic is, I guess it's a little more loose. I guess I mean this in general.
Hmm.
I'm
More
noticing that we
loose.
are. It's a little loose,
A
just
little
a little
loose,
bit,
just a touch.
just a tad. We've gotten into this weird spectrum where people think yelling stats makes things okay. So statistically speaking, um, I don't know, this person or this group of people do this more than the next one and things like that. Why is it that people think using stats makes them somehow justified in the bullshit they putting out? I would love to know. You could be saying something and it's disrespectful as hell, but it'll be like, no, statistically speaking, it's just the truth. But it's like, okay, but what does that equate to? What do we gain? You're not giving us a solution. There's
Hmm.
no plan to correct it. You're not putting out well wishes that people get it right in the future. It's literally just preaching statistics so you can say, I don't fall in line with that. So I'm a little better than that person. Why are we doing this now? Why
For
is
the,
this a thing?
for the longest time, stats are used when assholes want
Correct.
to feel justified for being an
Correct.
asshole.
Correct.
You use
Mhm.
stats when you
Correct.
don't have a point, or when what you're pointed when the point that you're trying to make
Is
has no
loose.
moral bounding
Correct.
or is real moot. You use stats. So you could say, hey, this group of people, this minority shouldn't be allowed to be in America because this group of minorities have X% of crime or X% of this minority, they do this. So, me saying that we should exclude an entire type of people, it's not racism. It's just me using stats. I'm just being statistically accurate that we should get rid of these people because these people do this. That's all stats are. That's
What
all
is there
stats
to
will
be
ever be.
gained from
There's
that? You know what
nothing
I'm
to
saying?
Nothing.
There's
it's a way
nothing
to
to be gained.
mask
It's a way
it's a
of
way
leverage.
it's a way to mask your ism. That's all it is.
Hmm.
Very true.
Whether you're being racism, fascism, whatever you want to, it's a way to mask your ism. And it's not always taken in a negative light when it's not presented in a negative light. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes you need stats. Stats are facts.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
don't like
I'm
facts.
here
We
for
all,
it. But they're
yeah,
usually
but
never level. It's
no, no,
always
no.
one
Yeah,
bold extreme to the next.
exactly. That's always, and
For
you
every
ever
negative
notice?
stat, you never mention a
Yes.
positive one. You know what I'm
Whenever,
saying?
That's
It's
true.
exactly. Whenever a speech is made in order to, like, say, you see it the most in politics. Like whenever a politician will make a speech, they immediately will say something completely out of left field, out of race, completely racist, completely crazy, and then follow it with a stat.
A statistic. Yes.
And that's usually how that goes. And people glom onto that as this is the way for me to get people to listen. So I'm going to say something off the wall and then follow it with the statistics. So that way it looks like I've done research and I know what I'm talking about. But it's just a thinly veiled way of me hiding my racism. That's just how I look at it.
And I want to talk a little bit about statistics. I now no shape, form, or fashion am I a statisticist. I'm not one of them
Ooh,
statisticists.
Now,
that word.
I'm not a
What was
statisticist. I'm not an
statistician?
engineer. A statistician. There we go. I'm not an engineer of stats, right? Statisticism.
Statisticism.
But let's say this.
That sounds like
Usually-
something you got to get checked out. I'm not a statistic.
Statistics.
Like, wait.
But when we talk about stats, in my knowledge of taking like about 3 years of stats, they are usually randomized and then designated for a certain population. There is not going to be a statistic that reference 100% of said area. So of course, like let's say you do Arizona, it's like, oh, well, all these girls have broken knees down here, and it's like, okay, that's that stat. And then you go up to New York and it's like, oh, well, the knees are strong. Or you go to Texas, like, oh, we got Megan knees. So statistics are usually localized. So the thing about it is, and yes, statistics, sometimes they're broader, and like, medicine and science, we need statistics, right? But usually in the reference that we try to reference stats, it's not even really common or like can be fit into that way. So I could say, oh, this, and this, and I'm, all of my covered whatever ism or racism or just clownery that I'm spewing, and then bring up statistic that didn't even have anything relatively to do with it. So while we're talking about progressive health movements, you're talking about, oh, well, this is why this, and this, like we weren't even talking about that, nor does that fit the mold that you're trying to fit in. So it's like, I feel like people take stats and they use it for purposes that the stats weren't even made for. And it's like, sometimes it's hit, sometimes it's a complete mess. But usually, the further out it is, the less relativity it has.
Have you also noticed that the same people who use stats are the same people who are against cancel culture, or the people that say cancel culture is BS, or the same people that say stuff like, oh, heteronormative behavior is getting attacked because of this statistic. You ever notice how those people are very much in the same boat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, but I also think, like what Phil was saying, when a lot of people use the stats, they don't also realize there's many environmental factors that counter into those facts. So people are like, oh, this minority of people doesn't do this often. Well, did we look at the financial area and what's going on with that? Did we look at what the socioeconomic status is with this area? Like, did we go into all those factors when we decided to look?
But no, because if they do, it's not going to fit the narrative.
It's not going to be relevant.
Yeah, they just use it to fit their narrative. And what's scary is people latch onto this and they really think they're onto something, but it's not real. And if anything, it gives out false or misinformation. And we saw that with COVID
and
how
5G.
Yes, and now you flat earth.
And flat
not Fran Drescher and Carrie Hilson. Not you coming for them.
You can really see the damage it does. Like it's terrible.
We've really been predisposed to take stats as, oh, because you've used this stat, now it validates your whole statement. We've really been predisposed to that, and I partly blame politics. I'll say it again because that's where you see it the most. And people who don't want to think for themselves, they're like, ooh, he said a number. Ooh, he said a percent. So obviously he or she is telling the truth. Wow, that's crazy.
I've never been big on politics. Like, I'm not an idiot. I know what's going on around. I'd say 1984. I'm not ignorantly blitzed, but it's just never really been my jam. Even as a kid, I kind of peeped it, like especially with like presidential elections and things like that.
All about saying what you want to hear.
But like, okay, so you have your Democratic Party and people are running, and then you get kicked out. Now, mind you, y'all were running against each other. So I talked about you like a dog for the
Yeah,
past
exactly.
year. But now I'm gonna join your ticket and I'm
And
gonna be
I'm a
like,
coming.
nah,
Yeah.
I
you
talked
great.
you the fuck out for
You
a
know what I'm saying?
year.
And I'm saying, and now I'm supposed to believe, you know what?
You're
They
a
are
good
so
person.
sticky.
Yeah.
So that person gotta be legit. But when
So
they
he
were running
wasn't really
against
eating
you,
those
yeah,
babies.
when they were running against you and you said all that you said, that wasn't real because they on the same ticket now.
Yeah.
So now everything is just swept under the rug. That was always weird for
Mhm.
me.
See,
And
but technically, I prefer that versus what it used to be when it would be the two parties versus each other, and then the winner would be the president, then the second winner would be the vice president. So now we really got to work together, and I don't like you. Like it's really on
Like I
like we don't
actively
agree with
hate
each
you.
but at
other.
least we keeping it. I don't know. It's always been a tough for me. I always feel like at the end of the day, whatever we mad about, we don't get no say in it. Doesn't matter who up there.
Yeah.
That's true.
You got to fix your neighborhood before you can fix someone else's. So you
Exactly.
gotta like the elections that we should be paying attention to are our local elections. Figure out who your governor is. Figure out what they stand for.
The
Figure
girls
out
don't know they
their-
governors.
figure out who your county commission for ad hoc is. Figure out what you're gonna do to get into subsidized housing and all of that stuff. That's what you need to look into, not who's your president.
It really
Because
is a
shit
lot.
rolls
These
downhill.
are things we're never gonna learn. My biggest thing that I really wish if the education system took anything on, it would be financial literacy. I
Yeah.
know that there's money that would be lost, and that's why they don't want us to know. But if you can't be anything financially literate, I don't know how we got here based on statistics and people not eating
Yeah.
their food. I'm sorry, before y'all be like, eat y'all food. We don't want to talk about that. You right. That's what this segment's about. You right. That's all. I don't know. This is about eating your food. I'm sick of people using stats to make themselves feel better or to, low blow somebody else out the woodward. And then when
Yeah.
it goes south, yelling, oh, not cancel culture.
Culture.
Little
Ooh.
mama's an idiot.
Yeah.
Do better.
Yeah.
Do better. You can do so many things. You can fight for so many things. Pick one. Damn it, we have options. We choose to go that route, and it's marginally disappointing.
It
At this
is.
point, I don't even get mad anymore. I'm just sad. Like, so we're not getting any better. History repeats itself on repeat, and no one learns anything. It really is disappointing.
It is. It really is. But I'm gonna be honest, these were all great topics, and mine is real loose. When I tell you I'm the loosest, sweatpants, hairs down.
Not
Mine
the
is,
loosest sweatpants.
it really is. Mine is just a
Are the
statement.
sweatpants gray?
They might be, girl. They might
Okay,
be.
ask for a
You can see
friend.
what I
Okay.
yeah.
I
You can
keep
see.
printing like
Yeah.
Not because in purple sweatpants,
Yeah.
you can't see nothing. Like, what is the point of this?
That is true. But mine today is more of a statement. I feel like, the general public, there's always lines to this, so don't take what I'm saying, if you're in between the lines. But I feel like there's a certain point in life when we're talking about certain things, like, things that should be allocated, that, we get away from reality and we really jump into our perception bag. Like, for example, like, I just feel like people tend to want things based off of strictly their perception versus like reality. And I feel like we just need to get back into our reality bag sometimes, like a reality check. The girls need a reality check sometimes, and that's what But I can never say that because what it won't be is me getting canceled because I'm getting painted as the bad guys. But just know I see it. I feel like some people just need a reality check at times.
But isn't that like the way of the world though? Isn't it always it's my money and I need it now
Yeah.
type thing? Like
Yeah.
people are
Very
like,
rose-colored glasses.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's very much that. Like people don't see past their own picket fence.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have like, especially in the realm that we operate in, when you have a following of people underneath you, it's gonna be even more devastating. That
be
picket
real.
fence is gonna
Yes.
be real high, to say the least. Because why would I venture outside my fence when I can stay in my fence where everyone adores me and love me? I can shout whatever I want,
Mm-hmm.
and people are gonna be like, you know what? Damn, that makes sense.
Yeah.
If I shout,
People, when it comes to the people that are around you, it's
Mhm.
either gonna uplift you or you will be damned.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll be upset all of the time. Your circle matters. I don't have a big one for that reason alone. We've literally cut into the instant realm where the grind, no one wants that. Now everyone wants
Yeah.
you to the top
The
of the mountain.
resources. Yeah.
instant
No one likes
gratification,
the-
Jesus.
no one cares about the journey anymore, which is hurtful because while I get that it's tiring, And life is not easy. Every time you think you figured it out, you learn you know nothing. And that's fair. You got to accept the journey. When I tell you, after a certain age, it just hit me. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to figure out what I'm doing and I'm going to do it. I don't care how people feel, whether it's not even a bad thing. Like you could be telling me, "Oh, you're great." That's that. Thank you. But that has nothing to do with what I have
Mm-hmm.
I have a plan and I'm just going to be water and I'm just going to
Flow
flow.
with it.
Oh, the way I
People
was like,
in
what
your
you mean you
ear.
gonna be water? The
No,
way
I'm gonna be literally.
Let
I'm
me
water.
evaporate. Let
When
me
I try to control
I'm a
everything,
freeze.
no, I'm gonna be water. I'm just gonna go with the flow, and I know what I'm doing. I have a plan. I'm gonna see it through. I figure out what I like to do, and I'm telling you, I will burn it to the ground. I'll just run it to the ground
Yeah.
because people start getting in your head. Why aren't you doing this more? You should be here. You're better. You're great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even gonna get to the people coming for you that don't even like you.
Yeah.
Your friends can set you up for failure, and as friends out
Ooh.
there, I
Ooh.
love that you big up your friends.
Ooh.
I big up my friends. I love my friends, but at the same time, I will not delude my friends.
Reality
Ooh,
versus
You know what
absolutely.
I'm saying?
perception. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm talking
I can
about.
congratulate a friend when they do something, but if we're just getting this going, if my friend gets an LLC, congrats on your business. I'm not gonna call you Warren Buffett. You're not there yet. So you know, but congrats on your business. You see what I'm saying?
not LLC? Twitter about to be like, now
Oh,
what the
now
fuck?
what is
You
this?
know what I'm saying? There are levels. Friends will hear friends getting ready to do something foolish, and they be
And
like, "You got this,
yes.
you number one." And then and the funny thing is, they don't even be there. And when it goes south,
South.
they be like, "Nah, man, it just they hating this," and they have all the excuses, which put excuses in your mind, like you right, it ain't even,
Reality
and it's not
versus perception.
and honestly, it's not even that you could probably be doing nothing wrong. It's just
Mhm.
the thing that people don't want to wait for and don't factor in
Yeah.
is time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just gotta give things. Don't nobody just put a seed in some soil and a plant come out. You gotta give that time. You gotta groom that shit. And
But
your friends be right there pumping your head up like
yeah,
that's them coming. You ain't
yeah.
watered it in weeks. That's them coming. Like now,
But
you can big up your friends. Don't lie to your friends.
that kind of all stems back to the whole sitting on top of your fence and you see these people down there and that parasocial relationship kicks in, and that is literally the definition of that, a parasocial relationship. It's not right now I'm keeping you on deck because I have the possibility of gaining from you something from you in the future. You get what I'm saying? It's not like our friendship is genuine. We're not
Yeah.
gaining anything from this. This is a business interaction. Eventually, you'll get to the point where I can get something out of you. It's not like I genuinely want you to do well. And that's one thing I hate about the space that we're in is because you don't. It's so hard to find genuine friendships, and I happen to be lucky enough to have genuine friends in this space. But not everybody shares that same
I
love.
don't know him.
And see, there
I
you go.
love each and every one of
A
y'all.
relationship is nothing but parasocial.
Wow.
See,
I'm
but
just
I
throwing
feel like that just works how people would rather have echo chambers in spaces versus having people challenge you and question you
yeah.
where you're actually going to be better.
Yeah, but nowadays the challenge of friend means you ain't real.
Yeah.
If I come up with a harebrained Keenan and Kel like scheme and y'all tell me not case and that ain't it, if my initial response is, "Oh, you just hating," or you want to argue with it, well then that means you don't want friends. You want people to tell you what you want to
Right.
hear despite everything. And I think I don't know social medias and everyone's getting into different things. I think you're kind of in a position where you can just sit in an echo chamber and listen to people big up you and tell you you're right all the time, but that don't help you. I think you're right, best friend. I really do think it's just echo chambers and it's easy to sit in them now. Back in the day, you kind of couldn't. But now, if I don't want to hear what y'all are telling me, I can just follow and unfollow people on Twitter so I hear exactly what I want 24/7. That's scary though.
I'm,
That's very scary. I don't
I'm
know.
very happy that Philip calls me a dumb bitch every day when I wake up. Just so I know.
Yes,
I
yeah,
know
very
keeping
much.
you grounded. We keep
You know,
you centered,
Keep you
every
rooted.
now and then. The way we just get insulted on a daily, it keeps you real.
But it
grounded.
keeps you rooted, sis. I don't ever
I
have a
am
big
so
head.
ground. I am so rooted.
Ground, just ready.
I'm in
to
my
turn
grave
on.
already. I'm already in the
Yep,
grave.
I'm ready to
Shoot,
go.
take a
I'm
pin,
rooted as
Rema,
fuck.
boom.
I will say I appreciate our friendships because we are who we are.
Yeah.
but we don't have to be each other to be friends. I don't know if that makes sense. You
No,
know,
Yes.
like, of course you could
We're
tell,
four individuals. Yes.
when
you
it's
know,
just a parent,
yeah, when you
they're
hear,
just
oh, you did that, when you hear us talk, it makes sense, but we are not the same
We are
individual.
not.
no.
We are allowed to be us,
Hmm.
but at the same time we able to come together and do the things. And I that's how you know it's real. If everybody is just a clone of each other, is
Yeah.
that friendship or is that an echo chamber? Those are two different things.
You
Indeed.
want
I
to know
mean,
how
you
I
gotta
knew
let
it
the
was
girls know
real?
we were arguing right before we started.
We
From the
were.
We
start,
really
right
were.
before
I
we
came over
started
this good server in my feelings. I was livid.
Somebody
Like,
was
let's
deleting the
get this
Google
over.
Doc. It was a
I'm gonna,
lot. The girls
I'm
were
gonna be
Yeah.
deleting
honest.
pages. It was a
I
lot.
was
Deleted the
ready to
whole
do
page.
this here podcast, and I was just gonna disconnect. Ba boop. Like I was ready to
Wow.
say my ba-boop. I was ready.
Oh, but here we are. You want to know how I knew it was real? Because I remember when we started talking about like the game, like none of us like. Well, we do have like games in common that we will play together, but it's never like all of it. We have the exact same taste in games. So like the way that, like for instance, I hate Apex, but I'll play it because y'all play it. Like for me, that's love because
You
I
ain't
hate
get
that
me
game
to
with
play
the
no
fiery
goofy
passion.
ass league. You can't make me
No,
cry
but
no
Oh
listen,
yeah,
good.
but
I
no,
will
that was
not
the
play
point I
no
was trying to
Boulder's
make.
Gate.
But that was the point I was trying to make. Like, look at it. Like, I play Dungeons and Dragons all the time. I play League all the time. I'd be like, y'all boot up with me. I ain't playing that stupid ass game. And I'm like, that's how I know they my friends. Because my other people who hate it be like, oh, I hate this game, but I'm gonna play it because if I don't, he might get mad at me and not talk to me no more.
Right?
They'd be like, fuck him and
I
his
don't
friends.
give a fuck
That's
That's
how
why
about
I
I
yeah.
let you listen to
That's
rock
how I
rap
know.
remixes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew.
I know.
Ew.
I know. Yeah. Casey, you did
There
that.
she goes, taking her
I'm not
liberties.
liking a rap rock remix, but don't like Crazy Town. But anyway, that's a story for another
Oh, okay. Wait till another day. I got you. I'm writing a post it right now.
for
Cuss
another
it right out. All right.
But
Wait till I
like
cuss him out. Okay.
guys, remember when we told y'all to send us questions? Guess what? You guys
Um,
actually did. And we are going to answer some of those questions right the fuck now. And I'm
Oh,
excited. So,
I. Oh,
right now, right
so
now.
right now. So we
Jigum
have, hold
jigum.
on. All of these questions come from the very lovely Mastermind. I don't know if you guys know her or if not, but she's an artist. She's a businesswoman. She's an entrepreneur. You guys should definitely check her out. But she sent us
shout out.
a page
Shout
of
out to me.
questions. So we selected a few and we're gonna answer a few. So let's get into it. The first question is, what's your funniest dating story? Who wants to take that one first?
Oh. I'm gonna say this. I don't think any of my dating stories are funny because I was
Oh,
crying. But like in the
no.
grand scheme of things, they were funny. Like
In
looking back,
hindsight.
hindsight is 2020. But I was a wreck. So I'm gonna sit this one right on out.
All right.
But I'm gonna support
B.
y'all from the sidelines though.
I also am going to support from time because I would say my funniest one is probably wildly involves illegal things. So
Oh,
you
Wow.
know,
Now,
wow.
not
Wow.
being down.
Wow.
I.
y'all pride in Casey, y'all got
I mean,
that.
I got it. Mine is very pride
I
esque.
feel like yours is trifling. Yours is trifling.
It, it
I
was.
just know it is.
It was. You want me to go?
Yeah, pride you up.
All right. So way back when, once upon a time, I used to date women, right? So I went, I went on a date with a girl that I had to be maybe 16 at the time, right? I had borrowed my mama's car. I did the whole thing. I was going to take her out to this nice little spot. I was going to spend a little money. I took her out to a chain restaurant, because I'm 16 and that's all I know about.
Went to Applebee's and said, "Oh, I love her."
Right. So we're ordering drinks. She gets herself a nice little drink, and we're talking, like, of course, non-alcoholic. I'm 16, but we're getting drinks and we're talking and we're having a great time and all of this, or so we thought. So I thought anyway. So it starts with so it starts with, oh, so you having a good time? She just goes, oh, mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I keep trying to start a conversation. It's going nowhere. So I look over and she's in her phone. When I tell you this girl is in her phone, she's been in her phone since the date started, right? And I was like, okay, this is getting a little lot. So the waiter comes, takes our order. I order, a nice little entree. I asked her if she wants anything. She's like, oh, we're not going to get appetizers. I said, no, you can get an appetizer if you want. I just want the entree. So she proceeds to order 2 different appetizers, an entree, and a dessert,
Oh,
right?
she
So
was hungry.
I said, okay.
She was hungry.
I said, all right, cool. So the two appetizers come and she's just eating them. She's just fucking these appetizers up
Did
on her
she
phone.
ask you if you
You
wanted
know?
any?
Not a single bit. Not one
Oh,
time.
wow.
She was
These
hungry,
appetizers.
sis.
I said, all right, I guess she's hungry. So while she's eating, I'm trying to talk, and she's just like, give me one ums and one word answers. And I was like,
A meal.
so at this point, I don't. Me being me, if I have something on my mind, I'm going to say it. I was like, I'm guessing you didn't really want to come tonight, right? This was just free food for you. And then she looks up her phone. She's like, I don't know why you would say that. And then she goes right back into her phone. And I said, oh, because your actions kind of, you don't really want to talk. You're in your phone. No, I'm just thinking about some stuff. Da, 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 da. I said, well, a good way to get stuff off your mind is to talk about it. Oh, I don't know you like that. I said, oh,
Oh.
all right.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
So then she's done with the appetizers, the main course comes, and I say, you know what? I'm good. So then I said, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. And she said, okay. When I tell you I turned around and left that
Come
restaurant.
on.
Oh, not you.
Let me go.
Dashing.
Let me go.
Yep, left her with the bill.
Because what
She
it
got
won't be is me.
Yeah, she got it. Left her right with the bill. Never didn't
What
come.
happened after that?
I don't know. I never saw her again.
Oh, wow.
Where did you meet this girl from?
At work. She
Did
didn't
you
work
quit the
with me.
job?
She was like, no, she was a customer at my job.
Oh.
Though I would have came back and touched you.
I
Good
really would
hell
have.
out.
When is he working? When is he working? Let me know.
She knew better.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Away.
This bill, I need to be paid.
Don't split
The
this.
way I'm taking you to court.
Definitely get hot wings. Come pay for this.
No, she had her. But yeah, that was my dating story.
Wait, I lied. If we're talking about straight bags, I was in one at one point. I was in one. It was also high school. I was also about 16.
Vision Philip with a
I
girlfriend.
really
I
couldn't
was-
either.
I can't.
I was with the girl for a damn near year and a half, 360 plus days.
How did you not know?
Don't do me. Don't do me.
Because
I was
Straight
good.
Philip hit his bag a few times. Hey, my God.
No, I was.
You know Philip had the voice on.
I did. I was myself, and when I tell you that's why I knew it was kind of real, because I could just be myself. Of course, I wasn't as hyper feminine.
way.
No, the femininity came like years after I came out of the bird nest, the closet, the cage. This has evolved. This has been a process.
Come on, Maya Angelou, you better fly out there. Come on,
Yes.
stage, bro.
So
You
when
better
basically in the context of things, like when I was in high school, I was like, the girls were like, "Oh, aren't you?" And then I was like, "No, because I'm dating this girl," and they'd be like, "Oh, I." So it was kind of like I was, touching and
Isn't that
dabbling.
weird?
Involuntary beard.
Oh, that she was your
Yeah,
goatee.
a
No,
beard,
no,
a
but I
beard.
actually
Not
liked her.
pasted, not a goat.
It's not a goatee. What's it called?
It's a
A
beard,
beard.
but
A
she
beard.
wasn't my beard because I wasn't.
almost
let's-
said soul patch. Okay.
But here's the thing, I was at that time. I was an active participating citizen of the gay community. Like I was a gay, but I thought I was bi at the time. So I was just exclusive. So if she was my beard, I would have to be like, it would be cover up. Like I actually liked her. But since we're getting to this talk, after we hit this year mark, there was something missing in the relationship, and she got a little curious, and I wasn't really bothered because I wasn't thinking about it. But
Oh, God.
but
Was she expecting more?
we hadn't had our first kiss in over
Oh,
365 days. And maybe
Drop it off your
this-
jaw. A kiss.
Before you,
wait, you
how
say?
long? How long were y'all together?
We were together at this point about a year and 2 months, and we hadn't had our first kiss.
Imagine. We just friends. We're the best of friends.
Y'all hold hands at least.
Yes. When I tell you we was holding hands, cutting up on the couch, I would spread my legs, she would get in between, and we would watch the movies like that, but we had never kissed, because when I thought about it, this was that homosexuality in my scalp.
You had your legs and
Yeah.
she didn't.
No, I was like, no, I would be like, come here, baby. And then I would spread my legs and she would lay down.
no.
Come
No.
here, baby.
Not baby.
Come here, baby.
Oh,
And I would spread my legs
Lord.
and she would get in between. I would just hold her. She was living a life, right? But I was a great boyfriend. I was a great boyfriend. Money, food. I make sure she was taking care of clothes, jewelry. I was good because I'm a great.
Not
I'm a
closing.
great. Anyway, anyway.
That was that guilt that was getting into
Let me
your
finish
bag.
my story without this commentary. Y'all can save y'all comments for the end. But so So we been living a life, and she asked me like, "Hey, it's been more than a year. Like, when we gonna kiss?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know." And she was like, "I was like, oh, I don't know. I have no clue." And she was like, "Don't you want to?" I was like, "Oh, like." Not really. And so we were sitting in like when I tell you we was in the hallway, like there was common areas in the hallways, right? We were doing this and I was like, "Oh, you really want a kiss?" And she was like, "Yeah." So when I tell you I snuck a kiss in and ran away. So I think that was I think and you know, and
She
how
okay with that?
what you say?
Was she okay with that?
You know, this was the way this played out. I had a Tumblr page, which might have had a little bit of homosexual activity on it.
Oh,
So shortly after, I sent her a link, and she went through the likes, playing in the dirt. She got dirty. She found my account, and she was like, "Philip, why all these men kissing on your account?" I said, I don't know." And then from there, kind of. From there, it snowballed out and out the door, and that was the end of my.
Not you don't know.
not you hitting her with the I don't
I don't
know.
know, girl. I don't know. I thought it was a little cute. I don't know. Did you know? She was okay. She was actually very okay with me being bi. But then after I figured out, once I got into the bi phase, I was like, oh, let me just go ahead and skip over right on to the gay. Let me just skip on. So I just want to tiptoe off of the straight bag. And, Kason lives in the straight bag.
Of course, Kason loves a good straight bag.
So, Kason, what's your story?
I don't think I'm topping Philip's story. I mean,
Yeah, your story was a lot.
that story was
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's go to the next question. Philip won.
Not me winning it all. Oh, I hate that.
All right.
we can go to the next question if you want. What is the weirdest situation a friend has put you in?
Oh
Oh,
God.
I can take that one because I have a friend that has many stories. I done been.
Dang.
Oh,
I mean, mine is probably going to be short and sweet, but there's so many. Oh God,
I've been through a lot.
I've been through a lot too. There was the time I roofied myself.
Yeah.
I went to the beach and ate sand and cried. There was the time I had to pee on somebody. I've been through a lot.
Now
We're
that's
not
not a friend.
That's not a
Pride.
friend.
That's not a friend.
That wasn't a friend.
How is that not a friend?
That slip and slide was not a friend
That's a sex
situation.
No. Not
Oh,
that.
the
See,
jellyfish one. The
yeah,
jellyfish
see,
one.
Look at you.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Don't y'all putting me out like that. That's crazy.
that's okay. I'll start it off. So I had crazy friends. All my friends are crazy. My friend's still crazy. And this one was she was in love with a dude for a very long time. When I tell you she used to just sleep in his driveway, like literally, and we would have to come get her. Like you can't just sleep in his driveway because you love him so much. It was a thing. So I guess he started dating someone and she didn't like it. So she was going to cut this girl's tires. Now,
Wow.
she didn't do it right because it was a switchblade and those closed. So when she went to cut, it closed on her hand. So when I
Wow.
I got the phone call and her thumb was hanging. It was there.
Oh,
And I'm like, now what are we doing? What in the UPA is this? And she's like, I gotta go to the hospital. I'm so cold. So I'm like, I don't know if we'll let you in. When I tell you she took her shirt off to wrap it around her thumb so she could, because it wasn't gonna be leaking in my car. We sit in the ER, it's just hanging. They asking questions. I didn't know what to do with this.
they
Her
didn't
mom
immediately
shows
take
up.
her.
They did not. We
Oh,
sat
wow.
there for a residual 4 to 5. They said if she starts feeling very cold, then they'll talk to us. It's the way she needed multiple stitches. Her mom came in. She done came up with some story, but didn't tell me about how she was cooking and things with Sal. And her mom's like, well, what were y'all making? Where were y'all cooking at? That's when more questions ensue. And it's like, oh, at Cason's. But wait, well, does Cason's parents know? You ain't talking to my mama. Let me tell you what's happening here. And it was a big thing. It's the way we took a break. I didn't see her for months after that. I wouldn't even answer my phone. It's the way I watched her get the stitches. She was good. And then it was like, well, I'll see you tomorrow, right? And it's like, yeah, sure. I hadn't talked to her for months. I had to mentally prepare myself for that level of stupidity. She almost cut off her thumb trying to slice the tires of a chick that she didn't know because she loved the dude. Though I'm happy I got new friends. I'm
I'm gonna
disappointed.
start doing it. I'm gonna start. Let me get in my bag, sis. We can go on rides.
I'm telling you right now, I'm too old for that
I'm
shit.
not,
Oh,
It
I am
won't be me.
too.
I'm too old for these missions. I'm
No
not
way.
getting this. I'm not hitting licks. I'm
I'm
too
really not. I'm too
I'm too
old.
old.
At this point, we either go fight and get it out of our system or going about our business.
There's no way. I'm not built for it anymore. Back in the day, I was more resilient. I was more ride or die.
I
Now
was
I'm
for the
like,
foolishness back in the day, but now, ooh, I don't have the
"Man, I
patience.
gotta work in the morning.
Yeah, it's
You
late.
know, I ain't made dinner yet.
It
The
is
chicken was
late.
fine. I really gotta get it going. You know, I can't.
What
I,
about you? What about you, B? You got
I would okay. Let me preface my story by saying this is before the days of revenge porn was illegal, and we couldn't just be like, you know what,
Oh
this makes sense.
no!
oh
Oh
wow.
like
no!
disclaimer.
It's a lot. So, my best friend, we've been best friends since eighth grade. I tell you, we've been through so much. So there was this guy who she was dating, and they was in their little relationship. She said she loved him, but love it. What was it? We were probably 14 or 15. Wasn't really real. So she said, "Oh, I loved him." Da da da. Da. So she ends up cheating on the guy and having sex with this other young man who supposedly recorded it. And I'm like, "Sis, did you know he was recording?" She was like, "Yeah, I knew." And she was like, "Did you agree to?" She was like, "Yeah, but I didn't think he was gonna keep it." So sis, you just thought he was gonna record it and delete it? You thought it was just for play at that point? So he says, "Oh, well, if you don't basically give me like he wanted $50 for this
Oh
recording.
wow.
Not
Oh, that's
$50.
money.
If you don't give me $50, I won't delete. I'm gonna delete her, or whatever." So she gets me and my other friend to show up with baseball bats in the snow for winter break to come meet this young man so she can give him this $50 and she could watch him delete this video. I was like, and we really showed up with our baseball bat.
Come on, Warriors.
Y'all
I
doing
was
bad.
like, "Ooh, is this what a ride or die is
She
like?" I've
said,
never been.
B really walked in DD4L. Like,
That's friendship.
And
Y'all
so
did
she
that.
gave him the money, and me and my other friend were just sitting there with the baseball bats, looking like, "Try something, try something."
Now, I was gonna say, were you actually gonna put
were y'all
them
clicking together? Like, dink,
Were you-
dink.
I mean, I had a metal one, so I was just dragging it on the ground. You have to let them know.
now?
They got
What if,
licked.
what if stuff
Like,
went
beat
south?
it.
Were y'all about that life though? That's the
Oh, I have
question.
no
I'm
idea.
saying.
I've never committed a crime before. But
Now,
B was swinging with one hand. You know, B would have one arm, like just.
B would no, B would tuck her thumb into the bat.
all right. Not me getting attacked.
That's when you a real one,
You
and
were.
I'm here for it. And as a friend that used to put friends in questionable situations, because I too did some questionable shit in my day. Shout out to the real friends that would hit you up at the wee hours, like, "Yo, don't ask questions, just come on," and be like, "Bet." I was that.
Yeah,
I too.
really had to be.
I'm too old for that now, though. I can't be that friend no more. Like, let me check my schedule in the morning.
I'm like, I have to leave my house.
I got a
No.
meeting at 4, so I got a meeting at 6, so I don't know.
We gotta make this quick. I got
I can
somewhere.
do it on my lunch break, I guess.
Like, is it gonna be quick? Because I don't got all day.
I think what was I gonna say? My weird one of the weird situations a friend has put me in is back in the day I had this friend, and this friend was always responsible for supplying us with illegal substances, if you will. Like we didn't ask, he just always had them. We'd really be like, "What you got?" And he'd be like, "Hey, I got some shrooms. Hey, I got this. Hey, I got this." So we go to a party one night, a rave, mind you. This is like the second rave I've ever been to, and he just goes, "Hey, I got some Rufinol," and I was like, "Rufinol? Ain't that the date rape drug?" He was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "What the fuck you plan on doing with that?" He was like, "No, no, 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 no. I'm gonna take it because I want to see what it's like." And I was like, "Oh, okay." He said, "You should do it with me so I'm not alone." And I was like, "Huh?" He was like, "Yeah, so that way we can look after each other, even if, I said, first of all, it should be prefaced that we're two large men, so I wasn't worried about us getting taken advantage of. So I was just like, all right, bet, let's do it. So we take some Rufinol, and when I tell you it was a lot, it was a lot. When I feel so bad for those girls, but I also get it why they can't fight back, why they can't call for help. Because when I tell you you are stuck like Chuck, you feel like a puppet in your own body. And there was a point where we were trying to walk up some stairs, and we spent the entirety of the rave from like 11 o'clock to like 6 o'clock in the morning trying to get up this flight of stairs.
Oh,
It was ridiculous.
Stairs
this
was
would be
it?
called
It was two flights of stairs, and the furthest I made it was halfway up one flight before I tumbled back down.
Oh,
It was a lot.
wow.
questionable things you do with
It was a
friends
lot. Yeah,
is what that should be called. I don't know if that's more questionable.
Yeah.
it was interesting. It was interesting. Oh, and speaking of, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Matt, for sending in the questions. Thank you guys for sending in all your questions. Be sure to send them in next week. We're gonna get an email together. We're gonna set up an email because the hashtag AskGG is a mess. We're not gonna get into that, but this week we're looking for, like, if you guys want, I don't want to say advice, or you guys just want to send us a letter, tell us what's going on in your life, so we
There
can read that letter and we can respond to that letter and we can be clued into your life and be fools together. I would love for that.
non-objective third-party members.
Yes,
You know?
yeah. So you can get some input from a non-biased third-party member. That's all. We would love to see that. Again, we'll get an email together. If you guys want to keep it anonymous, use burner emails, whatever. We're here for that. Just know that if you troll, you're probably just going to get ignored. But definitely send us letters. We definitely would be hyped to hear from
And
you.
this is our way to get to know y'all better.
Yes,
So,
yes. We want to
let's
know
get
what
in.
you guys are going through. Yes.
I'm a little nervous though, because this time we got to go through the fact of the day, and I think this is a
Oh,
B.
it is. It's a B thing. All
And-
right, B, come on.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys. Are you guys ready and excited for the fact of the day?
Yay.
Sound excited.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, wow. So my fact of the day is about a species of animals that's really taken my heart as of recent.
Oh.
And we know I have something to say. Shut up. So my fact of the day is that, did you guys know that orangutans use over 40 different tools in their daily lives for an assortment of things, such as eating, drinking water, cleaning each other, and things like that?
She really doing this right now.
I hate this. This animal.
I hate this.
I hate that she done found a show about these orangutans.
Now,
And
what?
this is
Wow.
all we have to hear about. How you say orangutan?
No.
Orangutan. Thank you.
Orangutan. And now
Around the
this is,
boat.
this is a fact for y'all. We've been listening to this all.
All week.
What was
Yeah.
the question? The weirdest situation a friend has put you in listening about these orangutans.
She gets so excited. Me being the most pessimistic person. She's like, ooh, animals. Really?
Yeah.
Like, this is awkward for me.
Her love for
You show
animals.
me a video of animals. It's a wrap.
I'm a simple soul.
Animals like phases. She had a panda phase. She had a capybara phase. Now it's
Mhm.
what, the orangutan phase?
If
That's
I
what-
get
Okay.
one more text message,
giraffe phase.
a giraffe phase. She
A
had
bear
giraffe-
phase.
First of all, the giraffe phase one came out because Casey saw a giraffe randomly in her streets, and then we started pondering. But let's not act like we all didn't know that giraffes lay down, because we
I
all
didn't
didn't
know
know that.
I
definitely
knew.
knew that.
I definitely
I
knew.
knew that.
I had no idea.
Well,
I'm gonna be
but
honest.
me and prior to the party that knew that snakes peed and,
Yeah,
and
y'all also
did
didn't know
bodily
it's
processes.
now.
That was
I didn't know that.
Why would
That
you
was
just
the
assume?
Why
would
would y'all assume?
Every
I didn't
single
know
animal needs to expel waste somehow.
I thought that's
What do
what
you?
they were shedding.
They
That is
thought
the
they were
same
just
thing to
breathing out
assume.
toxic air. Like, let me drink this water and
Where was
expel it as a
the hole? They were
gas.
out here
Yeah, that's it. I
photosynthesizing.
haven't seen the hole. I
Why
haven't
would you
seen
be
the hole.
looking for snake holes?
Because there has to be a hole.
Exactly.
on
Where's it
the
coming
bottom.
out from? Their mouth? Are they
It-
peeing from the
It's
mouth?
a hole at the base of their tail. It's called a cloaca.
They have a tail?
What else? The snakes are all
Ooh.
tail big.
Ooh.
I thought,
Exactly.
no, I
Ooh.
honestly,
I'm
because they're
tired.
all
I'm
one
tired.
shape.
Ooh.
I
Oh,
thought
you know what? You know what? Let's get into our recommendations. What do we recommend? Because I'm about to have an ulcer. But what do we
Wait. I would like to recommend first, additionally.
Okay.
So, in relation to my fact, I recommend that you guys watch this show on YouTube called Orangutan Jungle School, where these orangutans learn how to survive in the wild because they're orphaned by either, like, their parent was killed, so they were found, or they were in a circus, or they were just taken. So it's a really cute show. All of the orangutans have names and personalities, and you really get to get into their story. And I definitely cried at one point because here I go.
Oh my God. B.
You cry real people tears. I'm a
Yeah.
real people leave.
Oh my gosh.
The way I'm about to leave.
So-
I'm about to go. I'm about to head out.
So there was this orangutan named Alba. She was Alba the albino orangutan. And the girls they didn't know what to do with her because they've never had an albino orangutan before. And she was really nice and really sweet, and they kept her in this one separate cage. They were like, we need her to start bonding with other orangutans so she can get into this. So basically, they put her into this little cage with three other orangutans who are separate from other people. And basically, the one male orangutan was bullying her because he didn't like her and the way she looked.
These are
Obviously, racism.
animals. Oh wow.
Racism is really apparent everywhere. So they switched the male orangutan into the little cage and they put Alba with all the other orangutans, and she was so happy and she was making friends, and she had never been with orangutans before, and she was so happy to be there. And then eventually the boy orangutan stopped hating on her, and she could really like.
Oh, thank you so much for that, B. Y'all heard
Wait, I'm not done. I'm not done.
You're done.
You
You're
need-
really done.
and then
No,
she-
you're done. You're done, sweetie.
You need
You're
to
done.
be done.
They can watch the show themselves if they want to hear about
Yeah,
these damn
if they wanna hear the
orangutans.
rest. If they
Thank
wanna
you.
hear
Don't
Yeah,
spoil the whole
Even
show.
with some mystery. Even with some mystery.
You know, and let the record show Alba was named Alba because she was albino.
Albino.
You got that, dude.
You
got
did that.
Talk about creativity. Philip, you up next.
Case, no, Philip is last.
I
Oh,
really
Mike,
am. I really
Sorry, I
am.
ain't got nothing to recommend. I recommend choosing your friends wisely.
Oh.
Next.
My
Next.
recommendation, like I talked about earlier, is the show called The One. It's on Netflix. It's very interesting. It brings up a very philosophical question about finding the one you're meant to be with or being happy with what you have.
Mm.
And it's a bunch of foolery, and I recommend. I'm only like 3 episodes in, but the foolery of that one couple is enough to carry me through the whole episode because she did a lot. But yeah, that's it for me.
That
Philip,
these animals got me in a bunch, but you know,
I am. I'm a
I'm in
mess.
it.
I'm
I am
over it.
tangled right now. But my recommendation for the day is different, like everybody else's. It's more of a like a personal choice that we make in our day-to-day lives. It's based off the titles. Eat y'all damn food. Just eat it. Like, just eat it. Just like when you see the plate in front of you and you see that food is hot, don't look on the other people's plates and be like, you know what, I want that too. Because that food
No.
wasn't meant for you. So eat your food. You know,
Please.
we could live a nice, healthy lifestyle if we all just ate our own individual salads and went
Yes.
about our days.
When
And
in doubt, just look like honestly, think it through. What this got to do about
what
you?
this got to do with
What
you?
got to do with you? Nothing. What do you gain?
And
Nothing.
stop making everything about you too. Let
Correct.
other people have their moment in
Yes.
the sun or their moment to
Yes.
bring awareness to something. Stop making everything about you.
Yes. And then
We're
all
all
have
narcissists
struggles.
somewhere, but
We're
put
all-
it in your
yes.
pocket.
Yes.
I am.
We're all humans. We all struggle. Stop making everything about you.
And then my recommendation also goes into the quote of the day. Ha.
Ah, yes.
Ah.
Let me prepare my soul. Hold on.
I sat
Y'all
back
ready?
up. Let go.
Okay, great. So my quote of the day is closed legs don't get fed.
Oh my god.
But an open mouth can get you hit. So just remember that when y'all get on Twitter and don't eat y'all food,
Hey, Philip.
that closed legs don't get fed, but an open mouth could get you hit, sis. Like quarantine has really put a lot of separation, but you know the girls be real antsy. Like we up their hands, like you know. So just I
It's
just
the high pitch for me. It's how
It's
the
really
octopus
alive.
really do it like this, or you can really get in. You know, that's what it is for me. Hey.
And yeah, so that pretty much wraps us up, guys. Don't forget, send us letters. We're gonna get that email out. We're gonna tweet the email so where you can send us, little updates in your life so we can respond. And thank you guys for hanging with us. It was great.
it was
As
pleasant.
always, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.
Eat that food.
Eat your
Bye.
food. Bye.